all the aspirants. My name is Sumeet and today I am going to take a session on current affairs. In current affairs, a war has been brewing up in the western part of Asia, and that war is between the country of Israel and Iran, right? So we will just dissect this topic from government exams perspective. Let us try and understand this issue which has been doing a lot of rounds in the entire globe when it comes to the war scenario. Is that understood? So we will just deep dive into the subject which talks about this ongoing conflict between two countries, which is Israel and Iran. Okay, so let us deep dive into the subject. Now let us talk about the history. Let us try and understand the origins of this conflict. So this conflict was not in the position in which today it is in. Earlier, the relationships between both the countries, Israel and Iran, they were very much friendly. Both these countries were friendly. You know, Israel as a nation, it was established in the year 1948. In the year 1948. And in that year, Iran became the second Muslim country to officially recognize the establishment of the country of Israel. So what does this say? This says that the relationship between Iran and Israel were not in a Hobbesian logic, as in they were not enemies of each other, they were not nemesis of each other. This is what we will have to understand. So Iran was the second Muslim country to recognize the establishment of the country of Israel. And which is the first country? The first country is obviously, it is not the Arab states. That country is Turkey. Right? So please understand, in the year 1948 or in the early phases of their relationship, the relationship between Israel and Iran was quite soft and smooth. Both were almost friendly countries. And why is that? It is only because Iran was then a democratic nation. And Israel was also a democratic nation, and it was backed by the USA. Now these factors, both being a democratic nation, has helped Iran and Israel have a friendly relationship with each other. These were the factors which have helped both these countries be very much friendly with each other. Now let us look at those factors which have caused a lot of problems in their relationship. Now, what made both these countries become an enemy of each other? Let us look into that factor, right? Okay, so till the year 1979, the relationship between Iran and Israel were quite friendly. Iran and Israel. In the country of Iran, the ruler was, there was a monarchy, and that monarchy was led by Shah of Iran. The name of that monarch was Shah Reza Pahlavi. He belonged to the Pahlavi dynasty, and this leader, this monarch, had a very friendly relationship with the country of Israel. But in the year 1971, there will be an Iranian revolution, as in there will be a regime change. In the year 1971. That is called as Iranian Revolution. In that Iranian Revolution, what actually happens is that the entire government which was led by the Shah of Iran will be removed by a theocracy. There will be a revolution, and in that revolution, a theocracy as in it is a form of government which is heavily bent towards religious philosophy, right? So this theocratic government, it throws It throws this regime, Shah regime of Iran, in a coup d'etat. It is a kind of a coup d'etat, right? Is that understood? So in this Iranian revolution, the theocracy which believes in the ideology of Islam, it will slowly replace, not slowly, immediately, very rapidly replace the Shah of Iran. And when this theocratic, which is Islamic, which believes in the Islamic fundamentals, when it comes to power, Islamic fundamentals, with Islamic fundamentals, when it comes to power, it will start seeing the country of Israel. It will start seeing the country of Israel as an enemy. It will start seeing the country of Israel as an enemy. Now, why is it seeing Israel as an enemy country? That is because the very idea of Israel or the nationhood of Israel is built on the land of Philistine or Palestine, as we call it. And we all know that Palestine is a country which is inhabited by Arabs or Muslim Arabs, or Arabs, those Arabs who are following the religion of Islam. Now the country of Israel is established in that territory, the territory of Palestine, by replacing those Arabs, by replacing those Muslims, in order to have and show solidarity, in order to show the solidarity of Iranian Muslims to the cause of Palestine, to the cause of Palestine. Please keep this thing in your mind. This will be helpful for your further understanding of the subject. Now, in order to show solidarity with the Arab Muslims of the territory of Palestine, the theocratic government which overthrows the Shah of Iran, it will treat Israel as its enemy. So that is where the major fault line comes between both these countries. Is that understood? And it is during this year, after the Iranian revolution, it is during this phase of their relationship where both the countries start seeing each other as their enemies. Now the theocratic government of Iran, it treats Israel, it treats Israel It calls Israel as little Satan, and United States, USA, United States of America, as greater Satan. Satan as in it has its biblical origins. Satan as in it is a negative force in the world affairs. This is what the country or the theocratic establishment of Iran sees these countries, and during this period both countries, they turn foes against each other. Is that understood? Right, now that we have understood the history, now let us look at Israel's doctrine. There is a doctrine which is very much famous in Israel, and that doctrine was formed in the 1980s, and that doctrine is called as Begin Doctrine. So according to this doctrine, if the country of Israel, if the government of Israel, if it feels that any potential power, if it is slowly going towards possessing weapons of mass destruction, especially weapons belonging to the nuclear power, right? Is that understood? Begin Doctrine says that Israel will attack those countries that are in the process of acquiring weapons of mass destruction, as in nuclear weapons. So this, as per this doctrine of Israel, the country of Israel, whoever it might deem as potential enemy, and if that country, if it is in the process of processing or acquiring weapons of mass destruction, so Israel will definitely make a move, will make a preemptive move to destroy that country. This is the meaning of this begin doctrine. So now you will have to associate this begin doctrine to Iran and try and understand why Israel has attacked Iran. Now, Iran is in the process of acquiring nuclear weapons. Is that clear? Iran is in the process of acquiring nuclear weapons. Now, the relationship between Israel and Iran have already nosedived up to a very lowest level. That is understood. Now, when Israel sees Iran as its nemesis or as an enemy state, and that enemy state is now in the process of acquiring nuclear power. Now, when these two important strategic points meet, what will Israel do? Israel is on the verge of attacking Iran, and that is what Israel has achieved by this operation called as Operation Rising Lion. Under this operation, what the country of Israel has actually done is that it has attacked Israel. The country of Israel has attacked Iran. Iran, specifically those sites which are in the process of nuclear enrichment, right? I'll tell you a lot more about those sites in the further slides. Now let us first try and understand the strategy of Iran. Let us try and first understand the strategy of Iran. Now, both Israel and Iran are nemesis of each other. Now, Iran was slowly trying to fight Israel, and it was fighting Israel through proxy wars. Proxy wars. What do you understand by this word proxy wars? Proxy wars are those wars where the main countries do not step forward and attack each other, but they will be in the background, they will be in the backstage, and they will put some elements in the front stage and make them attack their enemies. This is the process of proxy wars. Now, this has been going on, this particular strategy has been applied by Iran against Israel. Now, who are those proxy war players? Who are those players of these proxy wars? Now, Iran has been funding as well as supporting the cause of Hamas in Palestine. Now, Hamas in Palestine. Now, what is this Hamas doing? Hamas is attacking Israel. So even that Hamas has been getting funds from Israel as well as political backing. Now this is player number one. Now let's look at player number two. The second player in this proxy war is from the Iran side. It is Houthis. Houthis are also backed by the country of Iran. They are also politically backed as well as funded, as well as weapons of destruction are being supplied from the country of Iran to Houthis. And these Houthis, they are based in the country of Yemen. They are based in the countries of Yemen, and they are also regularly attacking the country of Israel. This is the second most important player when it comes to proxy wars. And then the third and the most important proxy war player from the Iran side is Hezbollah. Now, even Hezbollah is a non-state actor. When I use the word non-state actor, you will have to understand that they are not based in any particular country. They do not have a country of their own. They are spread in much more diverse countries, right? Is that understood? But specifically, Hezbollah is highly concentrated in the country of Lebanon. Right? Right? Is that understood? Lebanon. Lebanon is a country where Hezbollah is highly concentrated. Now, the country of Iran has been funding these proxies as well as providing political backing as well as weapons to these proxies who are unitedly attacking against Israel. So these are the main players in this proxy wars which has been going on between Iran and Israel. Is that understood? Let us go to the next slide. Let us talk about the proxy wars. Let us talk about the proxy wars. There were many wars which were going on between Israel and Iran-backed proxies. Let us talk about the current event one, the recent one. On October 7th, 2023, Hamas had unilaterally attacked Israel. After this attack, even the Hezbollah joined ranks with Hamas to unitedly attack Israel. And along with this, even the Houthis joined force with all these groups to unitedly attack against Israel. And when Israel was unitedly attacked by all these non-state actors or proxy actors which are backed by Iran, Israel has slowly now started a war against all these proxies. And in this war, Hamas has almost been decimated. As you guys are aware, there is a war going on between Hamas and Israel, and in that war, Israel has slowly been emerging victorious. Right? Is that understood? And even Hezbollah, the leader of Hezbollah, has also been attacked, and even this proxy actor has been neutralized. So the assets which are backed by Iran have now slowly been on the losing side in this war. This you will have to keep in your mind. Right? Let us go to the next slide. As I told you that on October 7, 2003, there was an attack from Hamas, and from this decisive date, Israel has become all powerful since it has defeated Hamas as well as Hezbollah's. Now, emboldened by these victories against these Iranian proxies, Israel is on the verge of defeating Iran again. And that is why it has launched a target. It has launched an operation called as Operation Rising Lion. Under that operation, what Israel is planning to do is that it is trying to bring the power of Iran to its knees. Let us look into that. Let us talk about Operation Rising Lion. So as per the message or the media outlets or the government narrative, the Operation Rising Lion was launched by country of Israel. Why? The reason behind that is that there is an agency called as IAEA, International Atomic Energy Agency. Now this agency has the task of monitoring and inspecting what? Monitoring and inspecting nuclear sites. Now recently, in its recent report, IAEA has said that Iran is not cooperating with this organization. Iran is not cooperating with this organization. The members of these organizations, when they visit the nuclear sites of Iran, the country of Iran has been not cooperating with them regarding the monitoring and inspection of those nuclear sites. Now this particular report from IAE has triggered Israel. It has triggered the country of Israel. Why has it triggered the country of Israel? As I told you, Israel has a doctrine called as Begin Doctrine. According to that doctrine, if any country, if any potential enemy of Israel, if it is in the process of acquiring or possessing weapons of mass destruction like nuclear weapons, then Israel will definitely make an preemptive attack against that particular country. Is that understood? So based on that Begin doctrine, Israel has now launched attacks on specific areas of Iran which are housing nuclear facilities. And those sites are, let us talk about those sites. Those sites are, first one is Fordo. Please understand this Fordo is a nuclear site in the Qom province of Iran. And this site is very much popular. Why? Because it houses underground facility. Underground nuclear facility. Nuclear facility. When I use the word underground, please understand that nuclear facility is actually under the ground. And there is a mountain. There is a mountain called as Zagros Mountain. Zagros Mountain. Zagros Mountain in Iran. And under this mountain, in the underground, there is a nuclear facility. And that nuclear facility is called as Fordo Nuclear Facility. And this nuclear facility has been attacked by Iran in its operation called as Operation Rising Lion. This is the site number 1. Now let us look at site number 2, which is that other site which the country of Iran has attacked. The second site is Isfahan. Isfahan. Isfahan is also a nuclear facility. It contains a nuclear facility, and even that site has been attacked. The third is Nuntaz. Even this is an area which also houses nuclear facility in it. All these 3 sites, nuclear facilities in these sites have been attacked by Israel under this operation. Apart from these 3 nuclear sites, Israel has also attacked civilian and government administrative areas and cities like the city of Tehran, Tabriz and Kermanshah. These 3 sites, please keep this thing in your mind. These 3 sites are civilian and government sites. Please understand that these sites have been fired by the country of Israel, and these other 3 sites, Fordo, Isfahan and Nuntaz, all these 3 sites, they house nuclear facilities and they have been attacked by the country of Israel under this Operation Rising Lion. Let us look at the response which was given by the country of Israel, the country of Iran. The country of Iran has responded to these attacks which have come from the country of Israel. Now, Operation True Promise 3, this operation is launched by Israel, launched by Iran. This operation has been launched by Iran in response to Israel's Rising Lion operation. Please keep that thing in your mind. Under this operation, Iran has attacked civilian as well as government sites in the country of Israel. And which are those? First one is the capital of Israel, Tel Aviv, and another city called as Haifa. These are the, and there is also another city called as Rehovot, which is fine. These 3 cities have been attacked by the country of Iran under Operation True Promise. And they have used, I hope you guys are aware that there is an air defense system which is very much popular in the country of Israel. And that air defense system is Iron Dome. There are multiple facilities in Iran with respect to their air defense system. Let us talk about that. So what this Iron Dome does is that Iron Dome only targets this air defense system called as Iron Dome. Iron Dome. What it does is that it only targets short range missiles. It only targets short range missiles. Short range missiles. Iron Dome, right? This Iron Dome, this is nothing but it is an air defense system. Say for example, if there is any missile coming towards the country of Israel, this Iron Dome, it detects that missile and it executes that missile or neutralizes that missile in the air itself. It does not allow that particular missile to enter the territory of Israel, the geographical or land territory of Israel. Is that understood? Now this Iron Dome, this air defense system of Iron Dome, it only intercepts short range missiles. Then again there is another air defense system called as David's Sling. David's Sling. Now this air defense missile system, what it does is that it intercepts short to mid-range missiles. Short to mid-range missiles. After that, again, then there is also another air defense system called as Arrow. Arrow air defense missile system, and both these air defense missile system, what do? They intercept long range missiles. Long range missiles. Right, is that understood? So this is about the air defense system which is present in the country of Israel. Now, how has the country of Iran and its missiles, how have they penetrated this air defense system of Israel and executed its precise targets? Let us talk about that. The air defense system of Israel, which was actually responsible to stop the attacks coming from Israel, was Iron Dome. Iron Dome. Now Israel has penetrated this Iron Dome and attacked Israel. Now this was only possible due to the technological superiority of the country of Iran. Now what Iran actually did is that it overwhelmed the air defense system of the country. How did it overwhelm the air defense system of Israel? It sent multiple rockets, multiple missiles. And in these multiple missiles there were many decoys or fake missiles. Now once these decoys and fake missiles along with true missiles, they were sent towards Israel, the Iron Dome system of Israel was overwhelmed. It could not take down such a huge number of missiles coming towards it, and that is why the air defense system of Israel, Iron Dome, failed. And due to its failure, the missiles coming from Iran have successfully breached the Iron Dome defense system and attacked civilian as well as government targets of Israel. Is that understood? Right. Okay, now let us go to the next topic. So recently, just yesterday, the country of United States of America has also involved itself in the war. It has specifically targeted the nuclear base of Fordo with its B-2 stealth missiles. There was a B-2 aircraft carrier which has targeted this nuclear facility of Iran. Is that understood? And also it has also used Tomahawk Tomahawk missiles. Tomahawk missiles to target these nuclear facilities. Now, what is so special about these B-2 stealth missiles? The best part about this is that it escapes radar. It escapes radar. Now, how do these missiles, B-2 stealth missile, escape radar? Because it has been covered with the material which absorbs radio frequencies. So once the radio frequencies are absorbed by the material, it won't be reflected back to the respective radar space of that country. So once this technology has been acquired by the USA, they have imposed this technology in the B-12 stealth missiles, and they have launched this B-12 stealth missiles in the nuclear sites of Fordo. Fordo, as I told you, it has an underground facility which has been built under the mountain of Zagros. I have already told you that. Now this B-12, B-2 stealth missile has been used to attack this Fordo nuclear facility. Is that understood? Well, let's try and understand what USA is trying to achieve now. As per the president of USA, Mr. Donald Trump, he is saying that his recent press briefings have said that he is looking at a regime change in the country of Iran. Now, please understand, this is not the first time USA is trying to change a regime in a country. It has tried this in many areas of the world, in many countries, and yet it has emerged a complete failure. It is not learning from its failures. Please understand, in the year 2001, the USA had again launched a fight against Al-Qaeda. And in its fight against Al-Qaeda, it had declared its mission to defeat Taliban and remove it from Afghanistan. In the year 2001, again, after 20 years, what did it do? What did the US achieve? In the year 2021, it did not achieve anything, but it signed an agreement with the Taliban and handed over the country of Afghanistan to Taliban. This was a clear failure of American policy of invading a country, trying to engineer a regime change in that country. This was failure number one. Failure number two, it had also, in the year 2003, it had also attacked Iraq and tried to impose a regime change over there. But what happened over there? Nothing actually happened. Again, the policy of regime change by the US administration, again, it failed miserably in the country of Iraq as well. Then there are many more examples. Say, for example, in the country of Libya, in the year 2011, the country of USA again invaded Libya with the pretext of engineering a regime change in that country. But what was achieved by that policy? Nothing. These are all testament of US foreign policy failures. The USA has not learned anything. All these wars which the US is trying to impose on the world, it has only ended up harming itself. Please understand that. So this is with respect to the policy of USA. USA has declared publicly that it is looking at regime change in the country of Iran. This is as far as the US strikes is concerned. Let us go to the next topic. Now, if USA has attacked the country of Iran, right? So Iran has still now not yet retaliated. But what happens if Iran starts retaliating against the country of USA? If Iran does that, please understand, the entire region of West Asia will be in turmoil, This might also lead to a larger war. a larger war, involving many powers, not only USA. USA would be on one side, USA, Israel, and other countries would be on one side, and on the other side we might have Iran, Russia, and China forming a bloc. This kind of partition between two different blocks, what does it bring to our mind? It brings to our mind world wars, World War I and World War II. There were similar groupings between the countries, right? Is that understood? So if Iran, however, if it retaliates against USA, that will automatically lead to a situation where West Asia will be under a huge turmoil. Please understand that, and that might lead to some worse consequences which will not be beneficial for the entire world. Please understand that. Is that understood? Let us go to the next slide. Let us look at the impact of these wars on the entire globe. Please understand if this is the Arabian and this is Iran. Please understand, yesterday, the Parliament of Iran has moved a resolution in Parliament focusing on blocking the Strait of Hormuz. Now this Strait of Hormuz, it actually is of huge importance with respect to trade, especially oil trade. 20% of the global supply of oil passes through this strait. This strait is actually a strait which is between the Persian Gulf and the Gulf of Oman. This strait is called as Strait of Hormuz, and through this strait 20% of the entire global supply of oil passes through that. Now if Iran closes this strait, don't you think this will lead to a much more bigger consequences like the rise in oil prices? Please understand, with respect to India imports 60% of its oil from this region. India imports 60% of its oil from this region. What would be the impact on India? India will definitely be impacted by this move by the Iranian government, because the prices of oil may rise. That is impact number one with respect to the world. Let us look at the other impact. The other impact would be instability. Instability in the region. It might lead to a war-like situation, a world war-like situation, where countries like USA, Israel, and other would be a part of one group, and the countries like Iran, China, Russia, they would form another part of a grouping, and they will start a situation where world war will be started in that region. This is with respect to the impact on the world. The second impact would be freight rates. What do you understand by this word, freight rates? I hope you guys are aware that Strait of Hormuz, Gulf of Oman, Gulf of Persia, as well as Red Sea, they are all important transport corridors where many ships carrying a lot of merchandise as well as products, finished goods and all those things will be traversing. Please understand that the Red Sea, the Strait of Hormuz, they form an important network or an important link which are important for the trade between the countries. Now if these regions are somehow blocked due to geopolitical wars, don't you think that will harm the entire economy of the world? How will that harm the entire economy of the world? If that is your question, please understand that if no boat or ship traverses through those important networks, they will have to evade those areas and they will have to pass through Cape of Good Hope. near Africa. Now this change in route of those ships will cost dearly to the exporters. Why? Because the rates of freight, the rates of freight will definitely increase. Is that understood? Now this increase in freight rate will cause economic losses to the world. Is that understood? First of all, trade is on the all-time low because of the tariffs which have been imposed by the USA. Now slowly we are just coming out of that situation now, and now again we are staring at this rise in freight rates. Why? Because of the geopolitical turbulence which is going on in the West Asian region. Is that understood? So this is as far as the impact of this war on world is. Now let us look at the impact which might be felt on the country of India. Please understand, India, there are 8 to 9 million Indians who are staying and are employed in the West Asian region. Their entire life is at jeopardy. There are millions of Indian lives which are at stake if there are wars going on in those regions. These Indians who are staying over there, they will be at the receiving end. And to solve this problem, recently the government of India had launched Operation Sindhu. And as per this operation, Indians who are stranded in these war-torn countries, they will be brought back to the country of India. Is that understood? This is point number one. Point number two is with respect to the oil charges, oil fares, oil charges. The cost of oil, it will definitely increase in India, and if the oil charges are increased, don't you think the inflation, it will lead to a lot of inflation in India? And if there is rise in inflation, what will that do? It will definitely impact the Indian economy in a negative way. Indian economy will be impacted. That is point number 2. Then the other point, it is very important, please understand. India's network in this region, India has launched the International North-South Transport Corridor, and this corridor passes through Mumbai and Kannada port of India. And from there it will go to an area called as Bandar Abbas, which is a port in Iran. Bandar Abbas sometimes, or if need be, it will also pass through Chahabhar port, which has been developed by the country of India. Both these ports are a part of these transport corridors. So from Iran, it will go to Bandar-e-Manzil in Caspian Sea. A port in Caspian Sea. It is a city of Iran, and from this Caspian Sea, it will go to Astrakhan in Russia, and from there it will enter the European parts. Now this international north-south corridor, what is it trying to achieve? It is trying to bypass Pakistan, and it is trying to connect India with Central Asia as well as the European region, right? What does it do? What does this transport corridor do? What it does is that it makes the transfer of goods and people as well as many other things quite easy between such European countries, Central Asian countries as well as India. Why is it trying to do so? Because Pakistan, our western neighbor, it does not allow the free flow of goods and people from India to Central Asian countries as well as West Asian countries. Now, in order to bypass this Pakistan roadblock, we have launched this INSTC. international north-south transport corridor. Please understand that. Now, if Iran goes into the war mode, don't you think our network with Europe and Russia, it will also diminish? India will not be able to have links with those countries quite easily through this route. Even this part would be a huge challenge for India. So this is how the war of Iran will affect India. Now let us look at, since I've tried to cover the entire topic including many angles, let us try and understand this topic to some questions, some model questions which have been asked in UPSC. Let us look into some model questions which you might come across in your government exams preparation. Okay, question number 1. What is the importance of developing Chahabar port by India? This question was asked in UPSC 2017. Please keep this thing in your mind. This was asked in UPSC 2017. Point number 1. Option number A. India's trade with African countries will increase enormously. Option B. India's relation with oil producing Arab states will be strengthened. Option C. India will not depend on Pakistan for access to Afghanistan and Central Asia. Point number D. Pakistan will facilitate and protect the installation of gas pipeline between Iraq and India. So the correct answer, as I have already told you, it is C. Right? As I have already told you, the Chahabar port, this has been developed by the country of India. And why is India developing that? It is developing that Chahabar port so that it can have access to the Central Asian countries as well as Afghanistan. As I have already told you, our western border, Pakistan, it does not allow India to pass its goods through its territory. And in order to bypass the country of Pakistan, India is developing this port in Chahabar. Is that understood? Now let's look into the next question. The next question is, India is one of the founding members of International North-South Corridor, a multimodal transportation corridor project which will connect, this is the question, which will connect which countries or which regions? That is the question. Please keep this thing in your mind. This question was asked in this year's UPSC prelims. UPSC 2025 prelims, this question was asked in your prelims. Now let us look at the options. India to Central Asia to Europe via Iran. Option B, India to Central Asia via China. Option C, India to Southeast Asia through Bangladesh and Myanmar. Option D, India to Europe through Azerbaijan. Please keep this thing in your mind. I've already discussed about this particular corridor, and the correct answer, if you have gone through my slides or listened to my lecture, you will understand that this is the correct answer. India to Central Asia to Europe via the country of Iran. Okay, now let us go to the next question. Maybe the questions which you might come across in your mains, right? Is that understood? Let us look at that type of a question. India's relationship with Israel have of late acquired a depth and diversity which cannot be rolled back. Discuss. This question was asked in UPSC mains 2018. So if you have gone through my slides, I think with some extra data as well as some extra analysis, I think you can quite easily understand and answer this question. It is not that hard. I think you can, please try this out. Please try this out and try to answer this question in 200 words. Right, okay, let us look at some essay type of question as well. This is an essay. You might come across this essay in your PSI, APSC mains as well as UPSC mains, right? The strategic autonomy doctrine of India's foreign policy. The strategic, please underline the keywords. The strategic autonomy doctrine of India's foreign policy will be put to hardest test. Will be put to a hard test with respect to the ongoing conflict between Israel and Iran and the wider West Asian region. Right? Is that understood? So just try to answer this essay in 1500 words. 1500 words. And with my slides, with the help of my slides as well as my session, I think this would be a cakewalk for you. Right? So this ends my session. Thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of this session. And also, thank you for joining Classic Education.